this year, you fucking idiots.
And we're back, segment 2. Slug him down, sip him slow. He's he might be in there throwing up. I wouldn't blame him. We went through the stats.
Helen Keller would have puked.
Yeah,
Watching that.
we went through the stats when we were off air. 18 turnovers by the Knicks, which resulted in 34 Pacer points. You're not beating anybody if you do that. So a lot of it was self-inflicted. A lot of these turnovers were stupid. The Knicks have been this way kind of all year. Again, another indictment on Joe Mazzulla, that how you lose to a team that's this dumb. Well, you were dumber because you missed 183 threes that you didn't need to take. So you're dumber than they are, which is Joe Mazzulla. So, who as a person is a pretty smart guy, but he's an analytics guy. He's not, again, I would love to see a different approach next year. I probably won't. But look, the Knicks got to the conference finals. Nobody had them getting here. They had a chance to win this series. So it was self-inflicted, and that's what they're going to have to live with this offseason is that when they look back at these tapes, they're going to be looking in the mirror going, why were we so dumb? It's a fair question. And I hope it's one that somebody asks in the postgame. You had 34 points off of 18 turnovers. Is it fair to say you gifted this one away? Because I haven't seen too many teams give up 34 points off of, I don't know how many turnovers it is. But even when the Celtics had 40 turnovers in 2 games, I don't think it was 34 points in a game. But that's bad. That's beyond bad.
Well, because the other part is you turn the ball over and you don't get back. You don't even get back when you make a basket. When you turn the ball over, you definitely don't get back.
Yeah.
They basically got a basket off of every turnover.
Pretty much. Yeah, just about.
Except one.
Except for one.
Oh, I'm sure there was a couple threes. So maybe there was a couple.
Yeah. Well, they scored. Let's say they scored over 80% of them.
Yeah,
I'd say that.
we easily.
Yeah.
I mean,
and look, you're going to have some turnovers. Let's be clear.
Of course.
If you're if you're aggressive in your passing, you're going to be somewhere between 8 and 12. You can't be 15 or more.
6 turnovers a half.
I mean,
is the most you could go.
You can get away with.
Especially with an offensive team like this.
Yeah, that runs off of everything. They're not stealing the ball and waiting for no, they're going to go. I mean, they're going to go.
But that's the crazy part.
Yeah.
If they had 10 turnovers this game, I think they probably would have won the game.
Well, they at least would have had a shot.
Yeah.
It'd have been like a 3-point. They'd had a shot.
Right.
I mean, yeah. I mean, his point about the 3-pointers being open, I mean, look, the Pacers shot well, but to his point, most of them were wide open.
Yeah.
Most of them were wide open.
Because there was defensive breakdowns. And that's the tough part is that season on the line, if you go down swinging, given your best performance, that happens.
I don't know that it would have made a difference or not, but he never put Hart on Halliburton. And to me, you have to cut the head. He had 13 assists tonight.
Dude,
you didn't stop
Hart was on Halliburton one time and just let him go right to the basket.
Yeah.
Hart, there was something wrong with Josh Hart this series. If you watch it, he was part of the reason they blew the lead in Game 1, getting backdoored. He was part of the reason in Game 2 when they were closing in, he let somebody go backdoor on him.
Yeah.
All series long, his head was in the clouds. And tonight, he dumb fouls, dumb turnover, 2 airball threes for no reason. What are you doing? Stop. Do you remember when we were making the run? They get a steal. Josh Hart's coming down the middle, and this is something he always does. This is something they teach you as a kid. He jumps in the air to make a pass.
I hate this.
Why?
I hate it.
You are in control of the situation. If you jump, go up to the rim.
Every coach that is worth a damn screams at a player when they do it in practice. Don't you ever leave?
He does it twice a game.
Yeah, he does it in the game. I'm saying, I remember the one time I did it as a freshman, and I was on JV as a freshman, and the varsity coach who was in the gym watching screamed at me. He wasn't even the coach. It was the JV. The varsity coach yelled at me, going, "You don't do that. Don't ever do it again. Don't let me catch you doing it again."
Never.
It was just like never. And the thing is, I got the pass for it. He didn't care. He's like, "Doesn't matter. It's fool's gold. Don't do it again." And he's right. He was right, and I never did do it again because I wanted to play basketball. He's like, "You'll never get off the bench if you do that again." It was like, so The thing is that it's a lot of this is lack of fundamentals. I'm getting sick and tired. And Reggie Miller said it on the air tonight, and Van Gundy was quick to get in his face. I don't care about the era we're in. It's a bad era of basketball. I'll say this again for the slow people. The ratings were down 53% in the regular season. Why? Because it's bad basketball.
Trash.
Even the best teams pull this shit. It's bad basketball.
And people watch the WNBA and call that garbage? Are you kidding me?
You don't know what you're looking at.
That was garbage.
That-
In the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
That was absolute garbage.
You can't be in Game 6 and a team that has players like Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns and OG Anunoby on it.
And Josh Hart.
You can't.
These are veteran players.
You can't make mistakes like this.
Dude,
it's not acceptable.
Game 5, the Pacers had 20 turnovers. We had 15.
Yeah.
This game, we had 18 turnovers. God damn, it's
Pacers
awful.
only had 8. The Pacers took care of the basketball. 30 assists, 8 turnovers. There's the game.
And
There's the game right there.
They were more intense than us. They were more buttoned up than us. I mean, we stayed with them for a half.
It was at the half. I'm like,
And
okay,
then-
they're right there.
They're
right there.
OG hit the
Take care.
buzzer beater.
I kept saying, just take care of the ball.
Right.
Just take care of the ball because they were turning the ball in the first half.
10 turnovers.
but it didn't kill them. I'm like,
10
just
turnovers.
take care of the fucking ball.
It didn't kill them, but 10 turnovers in the first half. They could have had a lead going into
They
halftime.
could have had a double-digit lead. We're being honest because Halliburton didn't. I mean,
No.
he had a lot of assists, but he wasn't shooting well.
No.
But again, he was getting out in the open where he's
Look at
dangerous.
this. Look at this. I'm sorry.
Oh, Reggie Miller.
I'm sorry. This is. I'm so glad TNT is losing the NBA. I'm so glad. Because to have this motherfucker who's basically just a fan of the team calling games, and he's not a good color commentator. Reggie Miller's not good. He roots.
By the way, that is the Larry Bird Trophy, though, the MVP.
That's
Trophy. I
right.
want to see who gets that. With all due respect, Larry Joe. I wish Larry Joe was there to give it. That would be
it's gonna
cool.
Halliburton.
It should be Halliburton.
Halliburton.
He played, I tell you, 21 and 13 and 6 rebounds and 3 steals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, in the fourth quarter when it was killing time, he killed them.
Yeah.
He got in the paint. He killed them.
Well, we also laid down and gave him a knife.
You kind of.
I mean, we all literally just laid
Do you want
on
to
a
stick
slab.
it in my neck?
We laid down on a
Just stick
slab
it.
and said, just do it.
Just do it already.
Fucking terrible.
Do it already.
Reggie, I'm sorry. Just get the fuck out of here.
That guy can't even lift it. He's so old. There, help! He needs help. See, yeah.
Dude, the crazy part is, Cat destroyed Turner.
Oh, he killed him.
He killed him.
I killed him. If you had told me that
That
Cat
was
was
gonna
going to do
happen?
this, I would have said Knicks in 5.
We thought he was the key.
I thought he was the king. I would have said Knicks in 5. I thought that was going to happen.
I mean, Cat shit all over
Shit
that
over.
guy.
But Josh Hart was awful.
He was a
He
negative.
was awful. Whoever was guarding Pascal Siakam, he killed them.
OG.
OG, he killed OG.
Yeah.
He killed him.
Well, for some games, OG. Tonight, they had Cat on him, and Cat was terrible on him.
He can't.
kept
He's too
drop
quick.
cover, yeah.
He's too quick. He
No,
can't
to
guard.
me, you put Mitch on him,
Mitch.
and
He's
you let
long enough
Cat
to-
guard
yeah,
Turner.
yeah, I
Because
don't-
Turner wasn't doing shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the plan was for Siakam because he's too tall for Anunoby, quite honestly.
What the fuck is Jim Carrey doing here?
Where's Jim Carrey? Is he on the floor?
Rick Carlisle. Is
Oh, Jim Carrey. Oh, well, we know
Looks
Rick
just
Carlisle.
like him.
We
Look
know
at
him.
him.
He is, but not as funny.
Looks like fucking Fire Marshal Bill.
He is doing the Fire Marshal Bill right now.
Ernie's like, hey man, if Reggie Miller pulls his pants down right now, would you go at it? Would you just get on your knees and go at it? Because we would. We'd do it. We love him.
Look, Rick Carlisle outcoached Tibbs in this series.
Without a doubt.
He did. I mean, I thought he would. I didn't think it'd be this bad. I'll be honest with you.
Well, but
I
at the
thought it'd
same
be
time,
closer.
it's like, did he really have to do that much coaching? Knicks are throwing the ball all over
He
the
made
place.
one adjustment in this game when the Knicks were and they did it early for the Knicks wouldn't get, they didn't give the ball to Halliburton early. They got it down the floor by other means. It wasn't a hard adjustment,
Right, and all the
but
Knicks,
he did it.
All the Knicks had to do was go, oh, about 3 times already they've thrown the ball over our heads and we're not back on defense. What should we do?
Yeah, I mean
I don't know. We can't stop. Tibbs was
think-
like, look, guys, here's the thing. They're beating us down court. I don't think we can win this one. Let's go ahead, lay down and hand him a knife. Because if we have to get back on defense in the Eastern Conference Finals, that's just asking way too much. I think that must have been his.
It's a deal breaker.
Yeah. I mean, you can't expect it. It's going to be really tough if you have to get back on defense every time.
The fact that all Carlisle had to do was just get the ball up the court through another avenue because the Knicks were not going to get back no matter what. The Knicks' solution to that was to put a guy up. Okay, that's fine if it's Halliburton, but what about if they go somewhere else? You either do the same thing or you get your ass back on defense.
Siakam got the MVP. Not a bad pick.
He had a hell of a
series. Not a bad pick, yeah. He destroyed us.
He destroyed it in Opie. I mean, he averaged like 24 and whatever, 25, whatever it was. But
okay, Reggie Miller, it's not about you. Just leave.
I mean, get off the screen. Well, he is a world champion for what it's worth already. I don't think he's getting his second one though, for being honest. But
Siakam?
No, they're not beating this team. Oklahoma City's going to destroy them.
Because Oklahoma City's not dumb.
Oklahoma City also comes at you in waves on defense, and they run off everything too. They're a much better defensive team than the Pacers are. They're about, in terms of depth, they're about the same, but they're just a much better defensive team. They just are.
Dude, T.J. McCollum is not going to slice and dice the fucking Oklahoma City Thunder. Knicks? Yeah, he can. You know, they're 6-foot point guard, just scoring in the paint at will.
Look, the Pacers will make this interesting because they can run with them, but when it comes time to get a stop, that's when this is going to turn. Look, the Pacers were a quiet contender all year. People kept saying, watch out for them. Here they are. They were in the conference finals last year. No one thought they deserved it. Well, here they are. They came back, and they were better this year. So you have to give it to them, like the Knicks did. The Knicks gave it to them. So, I mean...
Well, I mean, it was only right. You guys gave us a series. We had to pay it forward.
I guess so.
You know, that would have been greedy to take one.
How dare you?
After getting one?
How dare you actually win one?
Right. Once, if you get one, you can't take one.
No, you have to pay for it.
Right. That's right.
I mean,
so I feel good about that. You know, it's the give back season. You know, it's Christmas in June.
By the way, it's IDD. We're 12 minutes, and I didn't even tell you it's IDD. It's to slug them down, sip them slow. We're slipping them slow tonight.
Reggie Miller.
Reggie Miller's just everywhere. And Reggie, they're going to fail just like you did. It's like, I
hope they do.
I just think it's Oklahoma City's year. The only team that could have beat them was too stupid to do it. They're in green, so they're the only team that could have matched them literally at every spot and defensively. This team can't. They can't.
I can't watch this shit. Can we put something else on? He can't get away from the camera, Reggie.
Reggie Miller's just sucking. It's fucking terrible. It's terrible. Here we go. Yeah.
God,
all right.
Watch UFC.
No, we can watch something else.
This is on.
I don't know. I thought it was Sports Center.
I don't even watch Sports Center. Just put on Baseball Wives or whatever the fuck. Basketball Wives.
Basketball Wives? This one? I mean...
No, I was kidding.
Oh.
But something other than
all right, well, I'm looking.
Jesus.
Hip-hop Love in Miami? Love and Hip-Hop in Miami?
No.
No? All right.
Well, maybe there'll be some pretty
There could be some pretty women on there. You never know. I mean, we got to get something to make us smile tonight. I mean, he's not on the gummy wagon right now, so you can't do that. Look, as much as I want to get mad at the Knicks, this is kind of who they are. I mean, what did they do now that they weren't during? I mean, he was yelling about this shit all season. It's the same shit. I mean, he was yelling about it all season. So it's like, and at some point, it was going to kill him. It's
going to bite you.
At some point, it's going to kill you. I mean,
yeah, and that's the tough part is like, you can only win if the other team is dumber than you. That's what happened. Now, I will say they beat Detroit.
I don't think Detroit was dumber. The Knicks outplayed. Then that was a rock fight.
Well,
and
the
they
Knicks
won.
were better than Detroit.
Yeah.
But that was not an easy series.
No.
Now, here's the thing. There's going to be some people that say, "Oh, Cat and Brunson can't play together." That's bullshit.
Not it. That's not it.
That is bullshit. You can look at this series and go, "You beat yourself." Now, I'm not trying to take away from Indiana because Indiana beat us.
They outplayed them. If you look at the numbers, they outplayed them. They outplayed them. I mean, turnovers are turnovers. Whether they're self-inflicted or not, they're turnovers.
They're turnovers. You did not play well.
Yeah, you didn't play well.
But my thing is, if you can clean that up, if you can strengthen your defense, why can't you get back here?
There's no reason why they can't at least be in the
and you add some depth pieces.
I mean, Tatum's not going to be back next year.
Exactly.
So you're not going to worry about them.
Tatum's not back.
So
Cleveland's not for real.
Best case scenario, Tatum's back by the playoffs. That's best case scenario.
And you guys wouldn't be
by the way,
strength.
we don't even know who's going to be here because they have to get under this so-called second apron, which I think again that goes back on Wick Grossbeck, who is still not getting held to the fire over the overpayment of Jalen Brunson.
Brown.
Jalen Brown did not deserve $300 million.
Porzingis has the plague or monkeypox.
I hope he's all right. I keep seeing Reggie Lewis in my head, and I hope it's not that. Because when you have these respiratory issues and no one can give you an answer, he's still, by the way, dealing with this. I mean, that's scary shit. So I don't know. I hope he's all right. I mean, he tried to play. He couldn't do anything. He was shot 11 minutes a game. That's not Porzingis. He was 19 and 11 this year when he played. No. So they didn't have him when the season. They didn't have him from the jump, basically. But that doesn't excuse what Missoula did. And Missoula, because Missoula at the end of the day,
still good enough to get
Missoula's philosophy or analytics is what killed them. So let's not gloss over with all the injury crap.
That's organizational, though, dude. That's even higher than Missoula.
Brad Stevens is not as smart as I think he is. If he is honestly going to come back with this philosophy again. Given what it's done to Tatum in 2 out of the last 3 years, because they're playing games they don't need to play because of it. It doesn't make sense. And for him to do it again would just make no sense at all. And I'll lose all respect for him if I'm looking at a team shooting 53s again. I'll lose all respect for him if he does this. If Missoula comes back, it's got to be on the premise of you're going to change your offense. It doesn't mean you don't shoot threes, but you better not be over 35 a game. If you're at 47, for whatever the fuck it was this year, no bueno, no. So
I can't believe Deuce McBride did not step out on that play. And this fucking idiot of a referee.
I can't believe that the Knicks didn't challenge him. Because it looks pretty obvious that he didn't step out based on what I saw.
Tony Brothers is a fucking idiot.
I mean, you got to challenge that.
That's a game changer.
It's a 5-point swing. Instead of it going from 12 to 14, it's 9. 9's a big deal. In a game like this, 5 points is huge. So I don't know what Tibbs was looking at or if anybody on that bench was looking at it, but he should have challenged that call. Because that's a big swing right there. Because the thing is, there would have been 9 points. They're still in the third quarter.
As a ref,
you can't miss that call.
How do you see a guy step out of bounds when he doesn't step out of bounds?
It's a bad. I can't be as bad as I'm yelling at Tibbs here for not challenging it. How does ref miss that call?
Because that's my thing. Is like when somebody steps out of bounds, you don't think like, oh, he didn't really step out of bounds. You know what I mean?
Well, if you're a coach, you think there's no way the ref missed that,
right?
And maybe that's what Tibbs was thinking.
Why would you make the call if you weren't sure?
Yeah, and if I'm Tibbs and I challenge him right, then I'm blasting him going, I had to blow a challenge because you can't fucking do your job. That's an easy call. There are calls I understand the refs, they're hard to make. That's not one of them. That's not one of them. Okay? That falls under the category of my son could make that call. Okay? That's ridiculous.
People are showing this. This is 121 to 112 with 52 seconds left. That was game 1.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, now it's just
now it's gonna.
Yeah, now it's just
This is what's happening in Boston for 10 days.
It's 1994 all over again. Whatever.
This is what's they've been showing in Boston the last 10 days. Games 1 and 2, just over and over and over again. How they blew this, like you know how they blew it. They kept shooting when they didn't have to. What the Pacers did tonight, to their credit, was when they got the lead, they went to the basket. Yeah. They didn't keep shooting threes; they put them down.
And the Knicks folded.
But that's what happens. You go to the basket, you break a team.
Yeah.
And the Celtics didn't do that, and the Pacers did. And that's to their credit. That's good coaching. It is. For what it's worth, that's good coaching. It sounds like a no-brainer, but you'd be amazed at how many teams don't do it.
Yeah.
You'd be amazed.
Well, and the other thing is just I'm pretty disappointed in Brunson. Because
that was not clutch.
To have a 5-turnover game.
He can't.
And
your best player can't lead you in turnovers.
Dude. You and Mikal Bridges, both 5 turnovers. 10 turnovers from 2 of the starters.
I mean, you're All-NBA second team now. Technically, he's one of the 10 best players in the world,
right.
Or he was this year.
Right.
You can't do that in a closeout game.
No.
That's inexcusable.
On the road?
And especially on the road. I mean, where everything's magnified by a factor of 10 on the road.
Every time you turn the ball over and they get a bucket, the whole crowd just
think about the number. Think about the 18 turnovers, 34 points. He's right. They literally almost scored off of every single turnover. That's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
That's utterly ridiculous. I can't even. I'm going to wake up tomorrow and go, did that really happen? To look at it again, going, how does that happen? How does a team in the Final Four of the NBA playoffs do that?
Yeah. And and it sucks because I know I'm pouting right now, and this was a great.
I
playoffs.
pouted.
This was a great playoffs for the Knicks.
Everybody's
it was
allowed
fun.
yeah.
There was a lot of big moments. Jalen had some good moments. Yeah. It just sucks going out with a half-ass attempt to save your seat. That was a half-ass attempt. I'm sorry. 18 turnovers.
Attention to detail was not on the chalkboard before the game. I guess. I don't know.
Well, it's like
I gotta believe Tibbs told them.
Indiana's intensity went.
Yeah. See, I don't.
And they didn't. The Knicks.
I'm not gonna. Tibbs is a good coach. I'm not gonna sit here and say he didn't warn them about the turnovers. I don't believe for a second.
What's he supposed to do?
Yeah, that's not on him. That's on the players. I mean, that's on the players.
2 of your starters had 5 apiece.
That's terrible. When I was bitching about the Celtics, Tatum had 6, Brown had 6.
Yeah.
That can't happen.
No.
It can't happen.
Because anything you do offensively is now nullified.
Yeah.
Especially since they scored off of all of them. So, okay, Brunson had 18 tonight. Subtract 10 from that.
Subtract 10. Yeah. Yeah.
So he had 8 points.
That's accurate.
He had 8 points.
I mean, yeah.
In a closeout game.
I mean, and then Josh Hart, I'm trying to think of one good game he played in this series.
Nope.
I don't know that he did.
He didn't.
I mean, there were games where he didn't kill him, but he wasn't really...
Something was wrong with him.
I don't know what it was, but he was not the factor that
So he got some big rebounds at the end of the game where they came back.
Yeah.
Remember was it game 3
Yeah.
they had to come back?
Yep.
He had some good rebounds down the stretch. Other than that, though, he was in the clouds. I don't know what happened to him. He was running around like scatterbrained.
I'll always wonder what if they kept that team together last year because of what I just saw. I'll always wonder what would that team, if it was ever healthy, what it would have looked like. That was the team that I was really worried about.
Yeah.
I wasn't worried about this one. Okay, I really wasn't because I didn't think they had the same. I mean, I didn't know Mazzulla was going to do what he did to the level that he did it at. 183 missed threes, and that's a fucking ridiculous. That's a record you don't want. Yeah. That doesn't sound believable either. 183 missed threes? How the fuck? 183 missed threes?
6 games.
What the fuck? That's 30 missed threes a game.
Yeah.
How the fuck did you win 2 games? It's like, what the fuck? You should have been swept. Fucking, that's terrible.
Because in the 2 games they won, they made 40.
Yeah. They made 20 in each game.
They made 42.
Fool's gold.
Yeah.
I'm like, so I don't know. I don't like this era of basketball. They don't stress fundamentals. Like I said, when you're looking at a Final Four team with 18 turnovers tonight, they don't start free throws, miss free. The Celtics have the same fucking problems. The Knicks do. They just have more talent than the Knicks do. It's the same fucking shit. It's unbelievable. You can't tell me you're a coach when this is the shit that keeps happening.
Right, because who are you holding accountable?
3 straight games, they had 20, 15, and 17 turnovers.
18.
18, I'm sorry. That's
inexcusable.
That's ridiculous. I mean, either the coach is not saying it or it's not getting through. I don't know.
You're still making these one-handed soft pass. I mean, just...
The Knicks made 4 or 5 passes tonight that I've seen our Woodlake basketball team make.
And those are kids that are learning how to play basketball.
They're 10 years old.
They're learning the game.
Like, they're 10 years old.
It's excusable.
I expect that from a 10-year-old.
Right.
I don't expect that from an all-NBA second-teamer. I don't, okay? So this is what's inexcusable to me, and this is why the ratings were down 53%. People don't get it. But here's what I do know. People that are real basketball fans know what good basketball is.
That's not it.
That's not it. That's not it. And I got news for you. This is why this series, this will be fun because both these teams go up and down. It'll be exciting to watch. There'll be a lot of like that.
The 90s Knicks would have taken that back for Game 7. They would have lost Game 7.
The 90s Knicks would have beat this team in 5. I don't think they'd have gone 7. I don't think so. I don't think so. This would have happened. I mean, Patrick Ewing, he would have killed these guys.
Yeah, Miles Turner would have eaten shit.
Patrick Ewing would have shilled over Miles Turner like you read about. So, anyway, finally tonight, while he's going to take a second piss, the New England Patriots switching gears here to the NFL. Earlier this week, actually, you know what? We'll come back segment 3 and talk about this.